8 women, 1 race, and absolutely everything on the line. This is the women's 400 meters final, and these athletes have trained their entire lives for exactly this moment. Look at those faces. Pure focus, pure fire, pure hunger. England brings 3 of their best, Jody Williams, Pippi, and Victoria Ohuruogu, all chasing the same gold. Barbados sends Sada Williams. Jamaica sends Junelle Bromfield. Canada has Kyra Constantine, Scotland's Zoe Clark, and Malawi's Asimenye Simwaka. 8 nations, 8 dreams, 1 finish line. The blocks are set. The crowd is electric. Someone in this field is about to run the race of their life. Can you tell who it is? Watch and find out. Jody Williams of England in lane 9. Rounding into form after a tough year of injuries, she clocked 51.26 in her semi-final. Pippi, England, lane 8. The former World Youth and World Under-20 champion, she ran 51.36 in her semi and has hit 51.30 this season. Kyra Constantine of Canada in lane 7. She is the fastest Canadian woman ever at a Commonwealth Games, a title that has stood since 1974, and she arrives here with a personal best of 51.75. Sada Williams of Barbados in lane 6. The World Championship bronze medalist, she won her heat in 51.60 and rolled through her semi in 51.50, and she arrives here as the clear favorite to take gold. Asimenye Simwaka of Malawi in lane 5. She holds her country's national records at 100, 200, and 400 meters, and remarkably, she also plays as a forward for the Malawi women's national football team. Victoria Ohuruogu of England in lane 4. She carries a season's best of 50.72 and is widely seen as the strongest English challenger in this final, following in the footsteps of her legendary family. Junelle Bromfield of Jamaica in lane 3, a former World Junior Championship bronze medalist with a personal best of 51.45. She is one of the most experienced athletes in this field. Zoe Clark of Scotland in lane 2, the Aberdeen-born sprinter coached at Aberdeen Athletics Club, she brings a personal best of 51.90 and has earned her place on this start line. Here we go. The athletes are settling into the blocks now, and you can feel it building inside this stadium. The crowd is loud and they are ready for this. Conditions are decent tonight, a westerly breeze, but the main stand is providing real shelter and the athletes should get a fair run. Sub 51 seconds has historically guaranteed a medal at these games, and this field has the firepower to push well beyond that standard. 3 English athletes, a Jamaican, a Canadian, a Scot, a Malawian, and the Barbadian favorite. 8 women, 1 gold medal, and 1 lap of track to decide it all. The blocks are set. The stadium is locked in. There is nowhere to hide out there. They are off. Simwaka rockets out of lane 5 and she is gone, blasting down the back straight, already clear of the field. But Sada Williams in the yellow is not panicking, easing into her stride with total control. Ohuruogu is going well in lane 4, tracking her rivals through the bend. At the 200 mark, Williams has taken the lead by a convincing margin and they are into the home straight. Williams of Barbados is pulling away. This gap is enormous, 6 meters, maybe 7. Ohuruogu is digging in hard for silver and she is coming through on the inside. Jody Williams is flying late from lane 9, closing fast on the outside, but nobody is catching Sada Williams. Sada Williams crosses the line, a game's record, 49.90. 49.9. Oh. The 50-second barrier has been broken at a Commonwealth Games women's 400 final, and it has been broken emphatically. Sada Williams of Barbados has run out of her skin tonight. Look at her, arms wide, head back, the emotion pouring out. This is a Games record, and it is not even close. The crowd here is on its feet, and they know they have witnessed something special. And look at the results board. Sada Williams, 49.90, Games record. Victoria Ohuruogu takes a superb silver medal in a massive personal best of 50.72. That is a huge chunk off her previous best, and what a run from the English athlete. And Jody Williams charges home for bronze at 51.26, improving her season's best, coming through late from lane 9. 3 incredible performances behind one extraordinary champion. Barbados takes its first gold medal in athletics at these games, and Sada Williams is the one who delivers it. The World Championship bronze medalist has gone to a completely different level tonight. She is 24 years old, and she is absolutely the real deal. England takes 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in this final. Ohuruogu, Jody Williams, and Amapipi. But the gold belongs to Barbados, and it is thoroughly, completely deserved. What a race. What a night. Here comes the slow motion replay, and this is where you really appreciate what Sada Williams produced tonight. Watch her out of the blocks. Clean, powerful, completely under control. Her drive phase is textbook. She is not lunging, not forcing it, just driving her knees and letting that stride open up naturally. She is not trying to win this race in the first 50 meters. She is executing a plan that she has clearly drilled into her legs over thousands of hours of training. Now look at Simwaka in lane 5. She is gone from the gun. The Malawian absolutely explodes, and she is running a totally different race to everyone else. A front-running gamble that takes real courage at this level. At the 100-meter mark, Simwaka already has daylight. She is moving so fast down that back straight that the camera can barely keep her in frame. At 150 meters, she has actually edged ahead of Williams, and this is the critical moment. Watch Williams right here. She does not react. She does not chase. She does not tighten her shoulders or shorten her stride. She simply keeps running her own race with total composure, and that is the sign of an athlete who truly understands the 400 meters. Through the bend, and you can see Williams beginning to build. The stride is lengthening, the arms are driving with more purpose, the rhythm is lifting, and Simwaka, look closely, you can see the effort starting to register. The frontrunner's gamble is beginning to cost her. Williams moves into the lead somewhere around the 250-meter mark, and from that point forward, there is only one story in this race. Look at that stride pattern in slow motion. It is long and smooth and devastatingly efficient. She is actually accelerating while looking relaxed, and that combination is almost impossible to achieve at this intensity. Into the home straight, and the gap is 3 meters, then 4, then 5, then 6. Ohuruogu is producing one of the great English finishes, that famous lean, that extraordinary late gear, and she is absolutely flying for silver. But even Ohuruogu's legendary finish cannot make a dent in that lead. Williams crosses the line, and the margin is enormous. Now follow Jody Williams from lane 9 through this replay. She is one of the hidden stories of this final. On that wide outside lane, she is moving beautifully through the field in the final 80 meters, picking off athletes one by one with a late surge that brings her all the way home for bronze in 51.26. After a difficult season plagued by injury, that is a real statement run from Jody Williams, and she deserves every bit of the credit she gets tonight. Look at Bromfield in lane 3 too. The Jamaican ran hard and competed all the way to the line, and Clark from Scotland in lane 2 gave everything she had on that home straight. Now look at Simwaka's split from the back straight. She covered that section at a pace that would have won many 400-meter finals outright. She still ran 51.55 for 6th, a personal best, despite burning through her reserves in the opening 200 meters. The raw speed that woman has is not in question at all. But the story of this replay, and the story of this entire final, is what Sada Williams did across all 3 rounds of this competition. She ran her heat in 51.60, composed, controlled, saving herself. She ran her semifinal in 51.50, a fraction faster, still not showing everything. And then when the gold medal was on the line, she ran 49.90. That is a performance of a completely different magnitude. The progression across those 3 rounds tells you everything about how intelligent a competitor she is. She came here ranked 2nd in the Commonwealth, sitting behind the world champion who did not travel. But Williams was not here to fill a podium position. She paced this race to perfection, absorbed the early threat from Simwaka without a flicker of anxiety, took the lead at exactly the right moment, and then turned the final 150 meters into a solo exhibition, only the 2nd time she has broken 50 seconds in her career. At 24 years old, Sada Williams of Barbados is a genuine force in world athletics, and tonight she proved it to the entire Commonwealth. Simwaka had the lead at 150 meters. That's the fact people will forget. The Malawian came out of lane 5 like she was running a 200, and for a moment she was genuinely ahead of the favorite. Sada Williams didn't care. She didn't shorten her stride, didn't lift her chin, didn't do anything except keep running the race she'd planned. That's where this was won, not at the line. At 150 meters, when Williams absorbed the pressure and let Simwaka burn herself out, the race was already over. Williams hit the front somewhere around 250 meters, and the gap just kept growing. 6 meters at the line, maybe 7. For a 400, that's not a close race, that's a statement. She ran 49.90, which breaks the Commonwealth Games record and takes her below 50 seconds for just the 2nd time in her career. Her heat was 51.60. Her semi was 51.50. Each round she showed a little more, kept something back, and then opened up completely when it counted. That's not luck. That's a calculated athlete who knows exactly what she's doing over 400 meters of track. Victoria Ohuruogu ran 50.72. That's a significant personal best, and she deserves real credit for it. She tracked the race intelligently from lane 4, didn't chase Simwaka's early burst, and came home with that trademark late surge the Ohuruogu family has turned into a dynasty over this event. Silver at a Commonwealth Games in a 50.72 is a serious result. It just looked modest because the winner was in a different gear entirely. Sada Williams from lane 9 ran 51.26 to take bronze. That's a gutsy performance from an athlete who's had injury problems throughout the season. Coming through late on the outside lane, she held off Amapipi by a tenth. Simwaka, who torched the first half, still managed 51.55 in 6th. A personal best, even after going out like that. Sub 50 in a Commonwealth Games women's 400 has only happened once before this. The event record had stood at 50.24, set by Falalat Ogunkoya in 1994. Williams didn't just clip it, she went nearly 4/10 under it. To put 49.90 in context, that's a time that would have won the World Championship final in Eugene just weeks before these games. Sharika Jackson, the world champion, didn't make the trip to Birmingham, but Williams ran a time that would have put her in medal contention at any global final this season. She's 24, that's the other number that matters. She ran 49.75 for bronze at Worlds in Eugene and now 49.90 for gold in Birmingham. Both times within weeks of each other. Her progression over the last 2 years suggests she's approaching the front rank of the global event, not just Commonwealth level. The next major test is the World Indoors and then the 2023 outdoor season. If she can consolidate at 49 point and push toward 49.50, she starts becoming a genuine Olympic medal conversation. Barbados has never produced a sub-50 400-meter runner before her. Now they have one who's done it twice in a month.